Hello students, today we will study about ethanoic acid. In the previous class we had started studying the compounds of carbon, in which the first compound that we studied was ethanol. Okay, this is the second compound, that is ethanoic acid. Ethanoic acid is a colorless liquid. It is commonly called as acetic acid. It is known as acetic acid. Vinegar, which is the best example of a solution which contains acetic acid. Now, how much acetic acid does it contain? It contains only 5 to 8% acetic acid dissolved in water, which means 5 ml of acetic acid dissolved in 95 ml of water. Okay, this vinegar, which is 5 to 8% solution of acetic acid, is used as a preservative in pickles. Okay, in some books you'll find it written as 10% solution. That is also correct. Okay, the maximum percentage of acetic acid in vinegar is 10%. Melting point of pure ethanoic acid is 17 degrees Celsius. Melting point, which can also be referred to as freezing point. Freezing point is 17 degrees Celsius. So this aqueous solution of acetic acid, whatever colorless liquid that you see in the lab that is labeled as acetic acid is actually aqueous solution of acetic acid. Now that in winter seasons or in cold countries, from that solution only acetic acid undergoes freezing. Okay, so whenever the temperature drops below 17 degrees Celsius, acetic acid from the solution freezes and this entire solution appears as if there are glaciers in the sea. Okay, so in the sea water, as we see icebergs or glaciers, the similar appearance comes in this ethanoic acid solution. Okay, hence such ethanoic acid, or this pure form of ethanoic acid, the solid form, is called as glacial acetic acid. What is it called? It is called as glacial acetic acid. So during winters in cold countries, ethanoic acid freezes and looks like ice. So that ice part is nothing but pure acetic acid, which is called as glacial acetic acid. This is a very important part. Going to the chemical properties of ethanoic acid, the first reaction that we are going to carry out is with a base. So let us first react ethanoic acid with a strong base. Examples of strong bases are sodium hydroxide, potassium hydroxide, etc. Is ethanoic acid, the formula is CH3COOH. It reacts with NaOH, that is a strong base, to form CH3COONA. Okay, so this H plus ion gets replaced by Na plus ion. So this compound is called as, this is a salt which is formed, it is called as sodium salt of acetic acid. This is acetic acid or ethanoic acid, and this is sodium salt of ethanoic acid, along with which you get water, because the reaction of acid and base gives you salt and water. Okay. Next reaction is with a weak base. Examples of weak bases are sodium carbonate and sodium bicarbonate, that is baking soda and washing soda. So acetic acid, when reacts with sodium carbonate, it again gives you sodium salt of acetic acid, along with which water is formed, and since your base contains carbonate, this is converted into carbon dioxide. So carbon dioxide is a gas which is liberated during the course of reaction. Okay, and it is liberated in the form of continuous bubbles, which is called as effervescence. What is it called? It is called as effervescence. Okay, this diagram represents this reaction. It is carried out in a test tube. This test tube is fitted with a cork. In this cork, you will see a thistle funnel, to add your reactants, and there is this tube. This Thiesel funnel is not at all required actually. This tube is called as a delivery tube. What is it called? It is called as a delivery tube. Now this delivery tube is inserted in another test tube in which you take calcium hydroxide solution, which is called as lime water. What is it called? It is called as lime water. Okay. Now in this main test tube, you take ethanoic acid, that is acetic acid solution, and you add sodium carbonate solid to it. Now when you add sodium carbonate solid to it, okay, you can add sodium carbonate solid through this Thiesel funnel. Now remember, the Thiesel funnel should be inserted in the solution. Okay, and this delivery tube should be much above the solution. Okay. Now when the reaction occurs, this salt is formed which gets dissolved in the aqueous medium. Aqueous medium matlab the solvent which is mainly present in all the solutions here used here is water. Water is also formed which will remain here. Carbon dioxide which is formed is a gas. It is liberated from the reaction mass. Now this carbon dioxide which is liberated will come out from this delivery tube and it will get bubbled in this calcium hydroxide solution. Now when it bubbles in this calcium hydroxide solution, calcium hydroxide combines with carbon dioxide to give you calcium carbonate, CaCO3. Now that calcium carbonate which is formed remains insoluble in water in the aqueous mass. Okay, now that is the reason why this transparent, this colorless calcium hydroxide solution, when you bubble carbon dioxide into it, calcium hydroxide is also called as lime water. When you bubble carbon dioxide into it, this lime water is said to turn white because of the formation of calcium, insoluble calcium carbonate. White colored calcium carbonate. Calcium carbonate is nothing but chalk, or what you call it as tuna. Okay. Marble, limestone it is called. All these are different forms of calcium carbonate. So all of these are white in color. They are insoluble in water. Okay. So as soon as this calcium carbonate is formed, this entire solution which was earlier colorless becomes white, or it is correctly called as lime water turning milky. Colorless lime water now turns milky. Okay, this is a very important test to identify the liberation of carbon dioxide. Lime water turning milky. If in any reaction you want to check for the liberation of carbon dioxide, you will have to use such a setup in which the delivery tube, the outlet, is inserted in a solution of calcium hydroxide. If the calcium hydroxide solution turns milky, this will mean that carbon dioxide is liberated from the reaction mass. Okay, now moving ahead, the same reaction is shown by sodium bicarbonate. If you use NaHCO3 as the base, the same reaction will be seen. Only the balancing part will be different. Okay. In this reaction also there is some problem with the balancing part. I will have to put a 2 here. Okay, I will have to put a 2 here. Okay. Next reaction of acetic acid or ethanoic acid that we are going to study is esterification reaction. Now this spelling of ethanoic acid is a bit wrong. It is ETHAN oic acid. Okay. Esterification reaction is a reaction between acid and alcohol. Okay, acids react with alcohols to form ester and water is liberated. Okay, now remember this OH group from acid is removed and H group from alcohol is removed. So what will you get? You will get CH3CO and this O will get connected to this oxygen. So O, CH2, CH3. So the product that is formed is CH3 . Okay, I'll mark it here. So it is this part gets removed, OH, and this H part gets removed. Okay, so H and OH eliminates water what is formed? CH3CO. This part gets attached to this part. Okay, wherever the bond breaks, that part will only get attached. So OH bond breaks, so this O with an open bond will get attached to this O. Okay, so it is not getting attached to O, it is actually getting attached to carbon here. Okay, so we will not go into it. This part, oxygen will get attached to this part. Okay, so we'll get CH3COO, CH2CH3. So this is how the product is formed. And yes, the byproduct formed is water. Okay, yes, okay. I'll erase this. Okay, next. Yes, this is the reaction which shows, this is the setup which shows the above reaction. Here you take a burner, you place a tripod stand over it. On that you place a wire gauge, okay, or wire gauge, okay, above which you take beaker containing water. Now this beaker containing water acts as a water bath. Okay, I'll tell you why we use water bath. Now test tube containing reaction mixture, and you heat this, you heat the reaction mixture. Now when the reaction mixture is heated here, water gets heated up first and then it indirectly heats up reaction mass. Now this type of setup is used when you want to indirectly heat something. You cannot directly heat the test tube over the burner. Okay, now why is it done? That is because alcohol that is used in the reaction is highly flammable. It can easily catch fire. It can easily catch fire. Okay, so that is why we cannot directly heat this test tube containing alcohol. Okay, so this is a very simple setup in which this compound is formed. This compound formed is called as ester. It is called as ester. Hence the reaction is called as esterification. Now how will you know whether this ester is formed in the reaction or not? As soon as it is formed, esters are low boiling liquids. It will start evaporating from the reaction mass, and as it evaporates, as it comes out from the test tube, you will get to smell a very sweet odor. Okay, so esters have very pleasant fragrance. Because of their pleasant fragrance, they are used in making perfumes. Okay, they are used in making food fragrances. They are used in making perfumes. Okay, so esters have sweet odor. So this reaction is called as esterification reaction. How are esters formed? They are formed by removal of water from acid and alcohol. Okay, now what is the name of this compound ester formed? This is called as ethyl. This group is named first. This is ethyl. Which acid has been used to form this ester? Ethanoic acid. So from the name of that acid, you have to give the second word, that is ethane O8. O8 is the secondary suffix used to name esters. Okay. As in the case of carboxylic acid, we used oic acid. Similarly, for esters, you use O8. So this ethyl, and it has been formed from ethanoic acid. So you call it as ethanoate, or 2 carbon atoms here, hence ethanoate. Ethanoate, ethyl ethanoate is the name of this compound. Okay. Going to the next part, that is macromolecules and polymers.